Hello, welcome to my podcast. Let's talk about words. As usual, it's Monday for me, so I always record my podcast on Mondays. The podcast is, as usual, or as you can guess, about words, and we talk about words in different ways. I show you some exercises, which I do on my lessons, and this is what we're going to do today. Let's maybe switch to the camera. Or we do different exercises where I explain words from different groups, from different categories, so that you can learn something and so that you can, just benefit from what I do and have some English to listen because I record it only in English. Yes. Today, I would like to talk about something that I've done previous week with one of my students. So usually my students are inspiration for me and then I do something here. I'm going to show you one of activities that I do on my lessons. When we learn new words, usually from a text, when we read a text, sometimes there are some new words. What to do if you want to remember them better? What I do is play with the words in English. So I give the words in English and the student has to describe the word, define it, not translate. Because sometimes I know that the student knows the word or he or she even tells me in Polish what it means, but I don't want Polish translation. I want you to explain it. What does it mean? And it makes you think in English, really. Okay, so let's just jump to my activity. What I use here is word wall. Maybe some of you know it. I use it very, very often, and it's great to practice English just on your own, usually on computer, but I think you can do that on your mobile as well. But I use it here, very often. So, okay, what you see here is one of activities. These are all the words that we're going to talk about, but usually I use this. And I think we can have some fancy background because you can have some. Okay, it asks me to log in. All right, so I'm not going to log in now because I don't want to spoil the fun. So you can choose different backgrounds. I mean, I can do that. I think you can do that too if I send you the link. But let's just use the default background that we have here. Yes? Okay, so we're going to... Okay, I just want to see what you see. Okay, you just see the background. Perfect. Okay, and now here go the words. The words are from the text about a woman who decided to limit her spending of money for 1 year and as much as possible. Just forgive my coffee. I just need coffee in the morning. And these will be the words from the text. So while explaining, I will refer to the text because usually we refer to the text, but you can also make some examples or just describe the words in general. Okay, so the first word we have is confidence. What is confidence? It's not easy to define, but confidence is, okay, that's an adjective, and confidence describes, it's not adjective, it's noun. Confident is an adjective made from confidence. Confidence is, confident. Maybe let's focus on confident when we talk about adjective as personality feature, quality. When somebody knows very well what kind of skills and abilities he has, and he is sure about them, he trusts in himself, that's confidence. When you know very well what you can do, what you can't do, and there's no doubt in it, yes? So that's confidence. Okay, I just want to make it quick because there's quite a lot of words. To avoid means to Okay, in the text, the woman was trying to avoid public transport or avoid doing something, avoid spending money on, I don't know, restaurants, fun, parties, on public transport, so she limited the spending in quite a lot of ways. So that's what avoid means, to run away from something or try to not to do something, yes, or to keep away from something, keep away from doing something, to avoid, yes. So you can avoid someone because you don't like that person, for example, yes. Next word is accommodation. What was there in the text? Okay, maybe first, accommodation is place to live, yes. Most often it's used with reference to holidays and looking for accommodation, yes. When you go on holidays, you look for some accommodation like hotel, I don't know, hostel, resort, maybe some camping, tent, whatever, yes. So that's your accommodation, place where you're going to stay during that holiday. But you can refer to accommodation in general, yes. Accommodation prices are very high, for example, yes. So any place to live. The reference in the text was that when she went on a wedding to someone, she didn't want to pay for accommodation, so she slept in a tent. That was the thing. To miss a trip, that was, I remember, a tricky one. Okay, it has to be with the reference to the text, because you can miss someone. It means you really want to to meet that person, and he or she is not there. Yes, that's what miss means. But it can also mean not to catch, not to be able to do something. Yes, for example, you can miss a bus. It means that, sorry, you were just late for the bus. The bus is just gone, so you just missed it. And was the meaning in the text, that she missed a trip to some holiday with friends because she decided not to pay for transport, and she couldn't fly. So she missed a trip somewhere. To socialize, that's a nice word, I think. To socialize means to spend time with people, usually in some entertaining way. So by socialize, we mean going out with friends, meeting people, going on holidays with them, any kind of meetings with other people, with your family, with friends, with colleagues. This is to socialize. And referring again to the text about, okay, Michelle was her name. She concluded that without spending money, she cannot really socialize, because anywhere you go, restaurant, pub, whatever you do, you have to spend money for that. Okay, essentials. I also like this word. Essential, you can think of essence like tea essence. Essence is something that is the core of something, the most important thing. So tea essence is something that comes to my mind, but something is essential. It means that it's important, or the most important, yes? Or very, very important in something, yes? Essentials, that's the noun created from that. And essentials are things that are the most important. And in the text, we had household essentials. So things that you really, really need at home and you cannot live without them. Radical, it means extreme, very strict, or very with very strict rules, or with very, very big changes. And here, Michelle made a very radical plan, so she really changed a lot. Yeah, it was a very big change. Very similar word in Polish, really. Challenge, it's a very, very useful word, I think. It can be a verb or a noun. I don't remember what it was in the text. Anyway, a noun, a challenge, is something that is very difficult for you or something can be a challenge for me, but not a challenge for other people. So, for example, I don't know, running 10 kilometers is a big challenge for me. I think I wouldn't be able to do that. Yes, some people can do that. And if they run a lot, for example, they give themselves a challenge. Yeah, today I'm going to run, I don't know, half a marathon. Yeah, or I'm going to prepare for that. And that's a challenge for me because I think it's very difficult. And I don't just want to do that. Yes, just to want to challenge myself. Yeah, challenge, it can also be a verb. Yes, to challenge yourself, give a challenge. Well, basically for Michelle, living without money for a year was a challenge. Well, maybe not without money, but with so many changes and limitations. Isolated, it means far away from other people or whatever it can be. You can have isolated. Okay, if you are isolated, it means there are no people around you. Yeah? You can feel isolated and lonely, but you can also use this adjective that something is isolated. The house was isolated. Yeah, so there was no other houses. There were no other houses around. Yes. Yes. To appreciate, to be grateful, to be thankful for something. So you can appreciate your everyday small things, for example. Michelle discovered that she appreciates small things in life. Yes, she discovered how important they are and how much they mean for her, and she doesn't know that she doesn't need to spend a lot of money to be happy. Quantity is how much of something there is, a number of or amount of something. Quantity. Quantity. So you can have large. Okay, she cooked large quantities of curry, as far as I remember. Yes, because she wanted to eat cheaply, so she cooked a lot of food, simple food, and she just ate it, and it was simple for her. So quantity is number or amount of something. Yeah, you can have. I've got large quantity of books on my desk, for example. Moisturizer. Moisturizer is a cream to moisturize your skin, like this one. I don't know if you can see that, for example. Yes, so that your skin is not dry. Yes, it's moist, like wet, but in reference to skin, we say that it's moist, so it's a moisturizer. Well, I think more often women use moisturizers, to put cream on the skin to make the skin feel better. Tap water is the water from the tap. Okay, so basically it's not water from bottle or it's not mineral water that you buy somewhere, but it's from your tap when you turn off your tap in the kitchen or in the bathroom. That's tap water. With reference to the text, Michelle, when she was going to a pub with friends, she didn't buy anything because that's what she planned, what she decided. So she only drank tap water in the pubs. Mortgage. Mortgage is a kind of loan from the bank that you take, and it's devoted to buy accommodation. For example, a house or a land or a flat, that's mortgage. I'm not sure what language it's taken from, but more and more it's from Latin, as far as I remember, and it means death. So it's money that you have to pay till your death. Well, now we don't pay them till the death, the mortgage, yeah. But usually it's 25, 30 years, so it's quite long time to pay. In the text, Michelle wanted to reduce her mortgage. That's why she decided to change something, yes, not to spend money. Broadband is the same as internet. That's how they call it. It was one of the bills that Michelle was paying, and okay, she decided to leave it. She had to keep some things, yes, like some essentials. And this one was essential for her, yeah, so she had to pay bills. So broadband is internet. And the last one here is to experiment. To experiment, you can use it instead of try. For example, yeah, let's try something different. Let's experiment with something different. So it's trying things that you have never done, and trying something new. You can experiment in the kitchen. You can experiment with, I don't know, colors when you paint your walls. You can experiment with clothes that you put on. Yeah, so try something new that you have never done. And in the text, Michelle was experimenting with some homemade cleaning products, I think, yeah, because she wanted to spend less on chemicals, basically. Okay, great. So I hope that showed you something, what I do on my lessons, and I hope that makes sense to you and you enjoyed what I've done. You can actually do that yourself. In what way? What I do on my lessons, I asked people to record themselves. So if you feel confident enough, or maybe even you don't have to feel confident, but it's a good try to record yourself on the phone. I'm sure you've got some voice recorder on your phone, just to talk to yourself. If you're not confident enough, you can always join me to my lessons. The links should be there in the comments. So there is a link where you can read something about me, and there is email address if you would like to write to me and ask me some questions. Of course, I'm always waiting for your comments just below the video. So feel free to write to me anything. I always write, and I always read, and I always reply to comments and to emails. Next week, I think I'm going to continue with this topic, and we will still talk about money. I'll show you, and I'll introduce some words connected with money. If we talked about money and not spending money, what other words can we use with reference to that? Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you, and see you next week. Have a good sunny day. Take care. Bye.